So I'll share the Telegram group and we will work on the first sharing on Brhamacharya. Oh, this was a stay. Okay, this was the first one that came on Brhamacharya. So founder says Brhamacharya is to walk on, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Brhamacharya is to walk on the path of self-realization. In order to stick to such a laudable goal, individual growth is needed at 4 levels. And what are those 4 levels? Psychic, moral, mental, and physical. What comes to your mind on reading this? Any thoughts? Any questions? Any viewpoint?
Yeah, as the VCT mentioned by you, that I don't know what is the outcome of the growth at psychic level, at moral level, was exactly the thought. I did only the psychic level and I felt very relaxed after doing the VCT.
Okay.
I have to still do the moral, mental, and physical one. I thought I'll do it separately, 4 different VCTs on each of each level.
Yeah, that is what will come next. But very clearly, it is very difficult to understand what these 4 levels are. One, also, it is not easy to understand what is self-realization. Yes. And why founder is calling it a laudable goal like self-realization. Correct? That clarity also is required. And therefore, I wrote this, that all 4 levels के ऊपर growth हो रहा है कि नहीं, कैसे मालूम करें? कब होगा? And that is why my acknowledgement was only one statement. But choice statements, I could see, is much more. Now, you will see that in acknowledgement statement as well as in the choice statement, I am not writing growth at various levels. I am writing about outcome of growth at all the 4 levels. So there's a difference. One is talking about the growth at that level. Another is to know and understand the outcome of that growth. We often talk about having growth at different levels. That probably we may be able to understand with a little effort. But to see the outcome of that growth is going on to the next level. So you can see the very first post, or when founder starts writing about Brhamacharya, he is talking about when you talk on, when Brhamacharya is to walk on that path of self-realization. Means when you do Brhamacharya, you will attain the outcome of Brhamacharya as being on the path of self-realization, not achieve self-realization. You would be walking on the path of self-realization. So Brhamacharya is done for a particular outcome. That means to remain on the path of self-realization also Brahmacharya is required. So the outcome would be to remain on the path. Many of us get started. हमने सब योगा शुरू करते हैं, बहुत अच्छा भी लगता है, सही भी हो जाता है बहुत कुछ. अभी भी तुम लोगों ने जो शेयर किया कि बहुत कुछ सही भी हो रहा था, वो सब अभी लगता है डाउन हो गया है ना? तो आउटकम यही होता है ना. So you are working towards it. While you're working on it, you are not on the path. You're a little staying away, coming back, going away, coming back. Ding dong हो रहा है ना? स्टेडी नहीं रह रहा है. तो लगातार उसके ऊपर प्रैक्टिकल करते रहना है. और वीसीटी करके तुम अपनी एनर्जी को अलाइन कर रहे हो ताकि तुम वहां रह सको. उस एनर्जी को अलाइन करके भी हम करते क्या है इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Okay, therefore you see so many choice statement. Shall we do this? Hello, shall we do this VCT?
Ma'am, I have to leave in 5-10 minutes.
You also have to leave. Okay, in that case, let me finish discussing, because once it's written, you only have to see and do. Then another was the laudable idea of self-realization. We have very limited understanding of what this self-realization is. And that is our goal, but. So this is something that we must keep revisiting, because अपना जो level होगा, जो mental state होगा, उस हिसाब से हमें उस समय self-realization का concept clear होएगा. And the more time you revisit, that much more it will start expanding for you. यदि हम उसको एक बार जाके फिर छोड़ देंगे, फिर साल 2 साल 6 साल बाद में ही जाके एक बार देखेंगे, तो उसके ऊपर हर बार डस्ट कलेक्ट होता रहेगा. And each time we may not be able to even remove all the dust. So instead of gaining clarity over the concept, we may even become more deluded about the concept. जो मालूम होगा वो भी शायद धुंधला जाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि उसके ऊपर डस्ट सेटल होके इतना बैठ गया होगा. When we are revisiting it, the dust has already stuck to it and we have not rubbed it well enough to make it shine. So this is something that we need to keep revisiting. So really speaking, this is necessary for all the yamas and niyamas, or rather all practices in yoga, this kind of VCT. Okay. So this much what I wanted to share, and I did share one more just to let you know how it will proceed. On psychic thing, founder has written down a few things, and I think it makes some 2-3 posts. Similarly, on mental 2-3 posts, physical also 2-3 posts, like that it will come. I may not necessarily post all of them, not to burden you all, but depending on how you are responding, accordingly, I will give you that many posts. So I'll just read out this. It has been maintained during all ages and all classes of spiritually inclined persons in all countries. Now, देखो कहाँ तक geographically उन्होंने किया है, human population के हिसाब से भी किया है, variety के लिए भी किया है, that psychic evolution is not possible except through purity of sensual matters. Now, what is purity of sensual matters? हमारे पास sensual matters जब बोलो तो हमारे को 5 अलग-अलग senses दिखाई देते हैं. We don't see it combined. So, okay, let's take it from where we are. And therefore, I have written this little note. So you can read this in context of that particular sense, which according to you is indulging most in the impure manner. So whichever sense has greater impurity, you can start working on that. And that is why this VCT. Even though I cannot resist watching. So eye wala hai yadi, ears ka kuch hai, या मोह का कुछ है, खाने पीने का है, या whichever other sense. So this I have given you with fill in the gaps for you to fill in. So whatever you want to fill in, that you say that and do VCT on it. And then choice statement I have made in such a manner that whichever sense you're working on, you can use this. You can also add your own choice statement. And if you're not satisfied with the choices you have made, you can further add, I choose to love, forgive, and accept. And I love, forgive, and accept myself. Okay? And I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. So that way you can do this VCT. So it will be very interesting to see what all comes up. I will try and share a few VCTs that can help you with the sharing that you have done and the scale of Ahimsa Satya Asteya that you have put yourself into. And I expect that to help you progress better, faster in your personal transformation. Okay, anything to say or ask? Enough for today? Nice to see you, Shrishti. I'm seeing you after such a long time. You always